everybody, I'm Quinn.
And I'm Scott. It's time for the Almost Friday show for February 23rd, 2012.
Kicking it off and off the press. Community is back.
It's a very community-centric episode.
It is. We're also going to be talking about some spin-off web series that
Of
Community
Community.
is going to be doing, which I think is going to be fun
Yes.
and exciting. Because you and I, we both like Community.
Yes. If you like the Dean at all, you'll be very excited about the spin-offs.
And Troy and Avid.
Yeah. Well, who doesn't like Troy and Abed?
It's true.
Then we're going to Tech Insight, and we're talking about SkyDrive becoming useful.
Yeah. Because we've talked about how, as far as a value service, it's one of the best. It's just,
you can't use
not
it
the
at all.
easiest thing to use. Yeah.
So big updates coming for Windows 8 as well as for people who don't have Windows 8. So hopefully usefulness for all.
And in science this week, apparently the Large Hadron Collider has decided that they don't want to check all their inputs.
There's a small mishap. They may have stated something about the speed of a certain particle and that it was really fast, faster than we thought. And then they found out some stuff wasn't, plugged in.
Yeah, Fred was a little drunk that day and missed a socket or two.
Forgot to roll the BNC lock on or something.
Yeah.
So Sean will get you the details on that.
But without further ado, it's time for Off the Press.
Welcome to Off the Press this week. Like we said earlier, it is kind of community heavy.
Kind of community-centric this week.
But starting off with something a little bit different.
Yes.
If you like iPhone games, which most people...
Or Android games, or
yeah.
PC games, or Mac games, or refrigerator games,
Yeah.
shoe games,
Toasters.
toaster games, microwave games,
Closet doors. Yeah.
plush toys,
So we're talking about Angry Birds, if you haven't caught on. It's
Yeah.
literally on everything.
everything that moves.
And apparently they've found the need to... Because we've got Angry Birds, and then we've got Angry Birds Seasons,
Yes.
which you get free updates whenever they feel it's a new season.
So every 3 to 4 months you
Depending,
get a new update.
St. Patrick's Day's a season now, and you get that.
Yeah.
And now they've Angry Birds in space.
Angry Birds Space. So basically, Rovio has just made an announcement that they will be announcing Angry Birds Space on March 8th. But it won't be released until the 22nd of March.
So we already know when it's coming out, and we know what it is because it's an Angry Birds game.
Yes.
So you're going to be probably flicking birds at obstacles.
Judging by the
with pigs on them.
trailer, the slingshot and the red bird are back.
Wow, shocker!
Yeah, shocker.
Did not see that one coming.
No.
It's coming out on iOS, Android, Mac, and PC
Yep.
on the 22nd of March. So if you really need it on your toaster, you're gonna have to wait.
It's an Android-powered toaster. It'll probably be out pretty soon.
3-4 weeks. You'll
Yeah.
probably be fine. So yeah, more Angry Birds coming. I don't know why we need this.
I don't know. Maybe this is kind of crazy. They'll do something fun with the physics.
I hope so.
Yeah, me too. That'd
But
be...
could that not just be an in-game purchase?
Yeah.
Really? If they wanted the money, maybe they just want a lot more money. I don't.
Well, most of the Android apps, I believe both of the Android apps are free, so...
And
not a
there's
problem.
light versions of
Yeah.
all of them on iOS at least, and you can play it on Chrome for free. So
Yeah, so... You know what? I'll probably download this anyway. As much as I'm making fun of it right now, I'll probably download it and, give it a go.
yeah, maybe. Now, Community, it's been on quite the hiatus,
Yes.
and kind
Indefinite
of
hiatus.
that's which made a lot of us Community fans uneasy, because usually they'll just say they're on hiatus and not give you a back
Yeah.
date, which is fine. You know it's coming back. When you say indefinite hiatus, that smells of mid-season canceling.
Makes me sad.
Yeah, well, at least let them finish off their season, But so we didn't know it was going to happen. NBC has announced it is coming back
Yay.
on the 15th of March.
Just super exciting. Also, I just learned that they finished filming their 3rd season, so there will at least be a 3rd season.
Well, there you go. So they're really way ahead of what NBC wants of them.
Yeah.
which
Well,
is
by the time they
interesting.
called the indefinite hiatus, they have already finished and
This
made
whole
all the
second
second season. Yeah. So, 3rd season?
If you're a
Yay.
Community fan, it should be around. It's very popular. I don't see why
Yeah.
it wouldn't be sticking around. So it's coming back in March.
And if you can't get enough Community, there's been an announcement of an Inspector Spacetime web series.
Yes, so if you don't know who Inspector Spacetime is, it's essentially Doctor Who in the Community universe.
Yeah, that's the Community equivalent of Doctor Who. So they made this announcement, funnily enough, at a Doctor Who convention called Gallifrey 1. I believe it takes place in California, in the West Coast somewhere.
Let's say California.
Yeah, at the beginning of the year, so... This isn't an official like NBC produced thing. This is gonna be made with a couple of the actors from the show as well as support from fans, which is pretty cool. Hopefully NBC and people who are involved in the community are cool about this and they don't pull the plug. Because I'm sort of excited to watch Inspector Spacetime.
Yeah, could be cool. Web series are always fun. On to the new releases for this week in the movie theaters. Gone.
It's about a girl, I think the serial killer's after her sister.
Oh, yes. And
Yes.
she's a little bit crazy, maybe?
Yeah, they're all a little bit crazy and the cops are like, hell no. And she's like, well, I'm going to find her myself.
Oh, yeah, she was found at the bottom of a hole
Something
in
like
the
that,
forest or
yeah.
something. It looks all right if you...
Yeah, if you're into that sort of suspense
It's the
thriller.
girl from Jennifer's Body.
Ah,
Yeah. Not...
Amanda Seyfried.
Amanda Seyfried, apparently.
Oh,
Not
her.
Megan Fox. Yes.
right.
Act of Valor as well.
About a SEAL team going to either rescue or attack some
Oh,
CIA
that's based
team.
on a... is that the based on real people one?
I'm
They
not
use
too
real
sure.
SEAL team members.
Yeah,
Ah,
that was it.
interesting.
Yeah, it actually looks pretty cool.
I saw the trailer. It looks pretty neat. And on DVD and Blu-ray, we have J. Edgar.
Assumingly about Hoover.
Yeah.
Leo DiCaprio.
Clever. Oh, Leo DiCaprio in your historical drama roles.
And Tower Heist, which did not look great. Unless you
apparent-
really like Eddie Murphy.
Apparently, it's exactly as advertised. It's a heist taking place in a tower.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
At least you're not getting ripped off.
True story.
Yeah.
And in games this week, we've got Azura's Wrath for PS3 and 360. Looks like a Japanese game of some sort.
Is it sad that when you say that, I can only think of the deity Azura in Skyrim? A little bit.
Yeah, just a little.
All right. We've got Syndicate on PS3, 360, and oddly enough, PC.
Not that odd. Most games are released for PC.
Yeah, but we don't really...
We don't really talk about that. PC is kind of like the weird cousin you don't mention. We also have a bunch more PS Vita launch titles because it actually came out this week. It wasn't just a first edition.
Yeah, they're just kind of randomly popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have something like I think 5 or 6 of them, including Touch My Katamari.
Actually, the launch titles look decent.
Launch titles look really good.
Yeah.
The one I'm super excited about, which I kind of want to get my hands on, but I can't justify getting a PS Vita, is the new Uncharted game. And Touch My Katamari, because apparently it's good.
And they're also, we're hearing rumors and stuff from the States that all the apps are starting to become available.
Excellent.
So like Facebook and Netflix and all those are starting to become available.
Well, it's
to
advertised on the
download.
box. It's Facebook, Twitter, Foursquare, and Skype being available.
Yeah, well, Skype's on the friggin' PSP, so I
Yeah.
would hope so.
I should hope so. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty cool feature. So.
Yeah, well, now that it has, useful connectivity.
Yay!
Yeah.
And that's it for Off the Press this week.
Hey everybody, welcome to Tech Insight. We're starting off talking about 802.11n has a new specification.
Yes, so 802.11 is the Wi-Fi spec, so there's been A, B, N, G. Now we're going a little bit backwards. It's called AC. So the best N is about 300 megabits.
Yeah.
This is 400 and change. I think it's 450-ish to start with. So when N was released, it was 150. And they boosted it up to 300 with the final spec. So when this is released, it's 450. So you're probably going to see it end up being a little bit quicker than that once the final spec and some revisions come out. What's cool, we've known about the spec for a while. It's been confirmed for a while. Qualcomm has announced they're actually making a processor with support for this spec.
Okay.
So they're making their new Snapdragon S4. It's going to support Wi-Fi, ABGN, and AC.
Okay.
As well as Bluetooth. So the only reason that's really cool is you're going to see that the Snapdragon's in most of the really powerful Android phones, some of the tablets. So you're going to see really fast Wi-Fi hitting mobile devices before it hits PCs.
Okay.
So not on your laptop, not on your desktop. It's going to be baked into your tablet or your smartphone, which is really going to open up, I think, things like AirPlay. Because you're going to be able to do it without being clever like Apple has done and just go, I want my full uncompressed 1080.
Yeah.
And you can just beam the media with room to spare. So this is really going to open up media sharing without all the, I don't know, maybe it should be wired and all this kind of crap.
Yeah. Would you guess a time frame before we start seeing routers that support this speed?
That's going to be probably a while.
Okay.
Next year, late this year. Which, I mean, yeah, and you're going to need to not only routers, but you're going to need devices like televisions or the new Apple TV and things like that to support it as well before you can start taking advantage. But it is being implemented a lot quicker than N was.
Okay.
Although N was a little weird because we had all these draft releases. Remember, you used to buy like a draft N router?
Yes.
We haven't seen draft AC routers, but this is an official 802.11 full spec chip. So I think they're a little more organized on the standardization side and a little less ahead. There's not a huge call for it because a lot of people are okay with N. It works for most people because no one's really streaming full HD anywhere.
Yeah.
Although people want to, but they don't want to deal with the problems. So I think, we'll just wait kind of thing. So should be pretty exciting.
Next up, we're talking about SkyDrive. We've talked about SkyDrive before. It's basically in a cloud-based storage system that Microsoft offers, and it's free to anyone who wants to sign up for it. And arguably, it's one of the best free services. We could get 25 gigs of storage for no cost.
Yeah.
But its biggest problem has been accessing it on multiple devices and multiple platforms. Right now, you can get a app for iOS, and you can access it from a web browser, but that's about where it stops.
Yeah. So, like you said, we talked about it a lot, and every time we talk about it, we go, do something with this, make it useful, because it's not. So Microsoft finally came out and had it was a big, long blog post on their Windows 8 blog. It's not all about Windows 8, which I'll get to in a second, but essentially, once with Windows 8, they're basically really stepping up SkyDrive integration. So they're making a Metro UI, not really an app, it's more built into the OS. To access your SkyDrive, you can put stuff on your SkyDrive, take stuff off your SkyDrive to your local storage, all through the Metro UI. So you don't have to go into the folder system on the desktop side, which is really good. Makes it very useful for tablets. This is, I think, going to be one of the best ways to have a file system on a tablet, because you're not going to have to deal with complicated folders like you do on a normal Windows interface, but you can still have, files, unlike on an iPad, where there's nowhere where you can just store things.
Yeah.
You can have it in an email and you can have it in an app, but you can't interact very easily. There's ways to do it, but it's not as straightforward as this. So that's going to be exciting for the tablet features for sure. And they're releasing apps for, I believe, 7 and Vista. I can't remember for sure if it was on Vista, but integration into Explorer. So you're basically going to have, like you do with Dropbox, a folder or a drive, however they choose to represent it. That's going to be your SkyDrive, and you can just drag stuff over and it'll upload, drag stuff off, and it'll be on your local hard drive, baked into the OS. So when you're making an app for Windows 7 or Windows 8, you don't have to have special protocols or APIs.
Okay.
If it can write a file, it can put it on the SkyDrive.
Okay.
So they're taking care of all that syncing stuff back end, which is good because on iOS, if you want to use Dropbox, you have to use this special API system.
Send to, yes.
Yeah. Whereas in this, it'll be just save the file, what location,
Yeah.
SkyDrive, and then Windows deals with it as opposed to the app having to deal with it, which will make development for it a little easier.
For sure. Now, do you think we're going to see an app, basically support for it on a Mac operating system outside of tablet and phone?
Yeah, so the iOS app's fairly limited, but it basically does what the Dropbox or the Box.net app does. I think we're going to see an OS X app because they have their live syncing has an OS X app that works fairly well.
Yeah.
So I don't think... if they made that, it would bring them up to spec with people like Dropbox.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hold your breath for a Linux app.
No.
But I could definitely see an OS X app for sure. I mean, they've already done the iOS.
Yeah.
So it's not... Microsoft's not afraid to dev for OS X.
For sure. I mean, they've made a handful of good programs for iOS, and they've done, obviously they have done apps for OS X as well.
I'd say almost everything Apple or Microsoft's released on iOS has been very good. And, Office is, depending on who you talk to, good or terrible. But I use it. I think it's very good. So I wouldn't be surprised to see an OS X app, but not right away at launch. What they might do is what they did with Live Mesh was have a beta OS X app. So use it if you want. It's not guaranteed not supported.
Okay.
Which means basically use it. Just don't complain about it. So with that, you've got 25 gigs of cloud storage, easily accessible from everywhere. There is an Android app coming. It's not out yet, I don't believe, but it is coming. So that'll be good for the tablet and Android. So basically, you can access your files very easily from all of them, and extremely easily from within Windows. And the really cool thing is Dropbox is limited to 2 gigs total.
Yeah.
Since this is 25 gigs, you're limited to 2 gig files.
Yeah.
So you can actually, and the cool part is there's a public part of SkyDrive. So you can actually use this to share files within people. And I believe there's a function where you can make group folders.
Okay.
So you can say only allow these people by their live accounts or whatever
Interesting.
to access this folder. So if you and I want to share some files, we can do it that way. And there's ways to do that on Dropbox as well, and Box.net. But if it's baked in already, it'll be even a little bit easier if you're a Windows user, and you can still go get at those files. So I think it's definitely going to be a big competitor for Dropbox, really, because it's got that giant amount of storage.
For sure. Now, speaking of Microsoft and Apple holding hands, we had rumors this week that there was going to be Microsoft Office for iPad, which I think a lot of people would like. Now, I mean, I've always been a big fan of iWork because I like how easy it is to use, and I don't really do any professional word processing. So, I mean, there is options on the iPad right now, but a lot of people are looking for sort of a business-ready product, and so Microsoft Office for the iPad, everyone was kind of like, yes, give this to me now.
Like, I would pay up to $50, $60, $70 for Office on the iPad.
Yeah.
Honestly, it would make me buy an iPad and not wait for a Windows 8 tablet.
Yeah.
Because I have to work in Microsoft. The university I work for uses Microsoft. The government uses Microsoft. All the documents I receive are in Word or Excel, so I don't really have a choice. Also, I need a lot of those features in Word or Excel that aren't available on, Apple's products. So if you're in that environment, which a lot of people are, it's not really by choice, but if I could actually see the properly formatted Word document and be able to make small changes and have not the formatting go crazy, or have an Excel document and be able to retain, all the formulas and features that it uses, and even if I can't change them but still maintain all the calculations and formatting and stuff on the iPad, that would make a huge difference. So the Daily came out and said someone at Microsoft demoed Office on the iPad for us.
Okay.
And they actually had a picture of it running, and apparently the people there said they actually saw it working. Then Microsoft came out and said, no, not true, never happened. And then the Daily's like, yeah, we were there. Someone did it. And then Microsoft came out, and I want to read you they responded in a tweet, which I thought was interesting. Great respect for the Daily, but regrettably someone is giving them bad info, and that'll be clear in the coming weeks. That makes me think that there's going to be some kind of web-ish version
Maybe.
that will work on HTML5, because there is like Office 365 and really crappy web Office. But from what I understand, it doesn't work very well at all on the tablet. Just like Google Docs doesn't work very well on the tablet either.
Yeah.
So maybe we're going to see an HTML5 version.
That'd just be disappointing.
I don't know. I'd rather an app,
Yeah,
to
for
be
sure.
honest. Especially with SkyDrive integration.
Yeah.
That would really be awesome. But hopefully this coming weeks thing is useful at least. But don't hold your breath for Office on the iPad, essentially. Which, again, I don't see the big push for Microsoft to do it when Windows 8's coming out.
Yeah.
Because, those are going to be, hopefully, do really well on the tablet market. But I would really like it, so maybe you could.
Yeah.
But don't hold your breath.
All right, and that brings us to the end of Tech Insight for this week.
It's kind of alive! No, it's still dead. Oh.
Slightly unsettling news, everyone.
So, those fascinating neutrinos?
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah,
It turns out that it was,
loose cable.
yeah.
So, whenever they say, hey, is it plugged in? Next time you call tech support and they say, are you sure it's
Yeah.
plugged in?
Are you
Don't yell at them.
Are you sure it's plugged in all the way?
Yeah, don't yell at them. Check the cable.
Yeah.
Because you might get poor lab results. Mm-hmm. So they basically were, attributing it to, maybe it's relativistic issues,
Yeah.
or, it's, mathematical error. No.
But then when they went to do the test again, they're just doing the regular maintenance, tightening things, loosening things, all that stuff. They realized that I believe a cable from the GPS device,
Yeah, it was the GPS receiver.
yeah, GPS receiver to the computer was just a little bit loose.
Yeah, so basically there was a fiber optic cable that wasn't screwed in all the way. It wasn't fully secured and was allowing for a misread in its actual data, which is kind of sad that
So sad.
how many things relied on that that have now need to be rerun.
Yeah.
So
It's like just a couple of years of research. That's all, whatever.
well, they're
Yeah.
human. As much as we like to think that they're super and all that, CERN is human. They make mistakes. But moving right along to another mistake.
Slightly sad news.
Yeah, this one's kind of sad because I was hoping to see this one actually kind of work. The U.S. military has said that their airborne laser test bed.
That's the giant laser that's in a plane, right?
Yeah, it's in a 747. Is now completely kaput. They put the kibosh on it completely and officially. So
After 16 years and several $1 billion.
yeah, and you know what the worst thing is? They basically had it working,
Yeah.
but it's ungamely, unusable.
The
and-
research won't go to waste, though. There are other
Yeah, actually, they have other laser
practical
applications.
applications for them.
Yeah, they do actually have other applications which the Navy is currently thinking of
Yep.
using. Same sort of idea, shooting out missiles and things like that.
Mm.
It's just kind of sad though because this was going to be like that full on like all we need is the space shuttle plus
part
this
of,
laser.
Was this part of the Star Wars thing where they would
It was
deploy lasers into
yeah,
space and shoot
sort
down
of.
missiles?
This was kind of the precursor. They
Okay.
wanted to see if they can get even get a mobile platform.
Interesting.
This is more also in case someone has a bad day and starts pushing the big red button. So
Yes, that big red button.
yes, that one. And so this was going to actually intercept and take them out. They showed that it was actually viable. It just cost too much
Yep.
and took a hell of a lot of energy to actually get this thing to work. So we say goodbye to the ALTB, but we'll see it somewhere else too.
Oh, definitely.
It's never just dead. It gets reworked. And moving along,
To more space stuff.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
space is a bit of a theme this week too.
Oh, definitely.
They discovered an exoplanet.
Yeah, kind of like Waterworld?
Not really.
No, not really.
They're calling it a water world because it has apparently water.
It's technically
it has
water.
It's steam.
Yeah.
Steam that is about 450 degrees.
So super.
It's superheated
Yeah.
steam. So it's roughly about 2.7 times the diameter of Earth, so it's
All right.
quite large. It's orbiting a star, but orbiting so close that all of the liquid water is, of course, steam.
1.3 million miles away.
Yes, so that's
Pretty close
actually.
in space terms. That's just a typo in the article.
Yeah, I was going to say that is the typo.
Because
Okay,
1.3
good.
miles away.
Yeah.
And be like
Right about
touching. That's space talk for touching.
Yeah, matter of fact,
That's
there
space
wouldn't be
talk
an
for
atmosphere.
overlapping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there wouldn't be an atmosphere. We'd be gone.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm still surprised it's even there at that distance.
Yes.
Just the same, it's actually really, really cool. They've found that, yeah, there's this steam world, and people were saying, oh, in a few thousand billion years, it'll cool off and we'll have an... Yeah, we're not going to be around,
Yeah. No.
and that ain't going to cool off.
No, it's so close to that sun or that star that it's just not going to happen. It's going to...
That star is going to go first.
Yeah, it's just going to keep steaming that planet because they also found out that the surface of that planet is more water than the surface of Earth.
Yeah,
actually.
it's essentially, if you were to actually get right down to it, the surface is just an ocean. It's
Yeah.
just pure water. So for those space buffs and Hubble buffs and NASA buffs out there,
And Kevin Costner fans?
and Kevin Costner fans, this planet is called GJ1214b. So put that in your star map and smoke it, or steam it,
Steam it.
serve it,
Steamed planet. I
cook a
with a
hell
little
of
bit of
a
oregano.
lobster.
Yeah. Steamed planet side of lobster.
Okay.
Delicious.
Moving right along though, more space news. NASA.
More
NASA.
space food news.
Oh, all right. Well,
Yes.
what's the scoop?
NASA is looking for food tasters for the hypothetical mission to Mars.
Okay.
So I believe the Cornell University and University of Hawaii are doing a 120-day study where basically the participants are, their main goal is to test the different types of food and the different preparation methods of food for a Mars mission. So basically they'll be testing if like prepackaged food tastes good, like all the energy it uses, all the water it uses,
Okay.
smell, preparation methods, and all that stuff, as well as they'll be doing crew prepared food.
Oh,
either
this space pudding sucks.
yeah, either with pre-packaged like frozen, flash frozen stuff, or just fresh, air quotes, fresh food.
I'm just imagining someone trying to light up the grill and remembering that they're in an all oxygen environment.
Yeah, I'm sure they have things, you know.
I think it's more than likely just going to be like the military, pull the tab and it steams it cooked, or
those-
steam cooks it.
Dude, those are so cool.
Yeah,
All
but you know
do
what?
is
They
add water
don't
and you
taste
pull the
good.
tab.
But they don't taste good. That's the
Military
problem.
salmon is actually kind of good.
All right.
I've had it, not recently. I'll say about 10 years ago, but
But
actually decent.
here's the cool thing though.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, by the time you see this, no, actually, by the time you see this, you could probably still
You can
apply.
probably still get right under the wire.
Yeah.
The last day for applying is February 29th.
And check the show notes because there is a link.
There is a link in the article as well as in our show notes about all the requirements and all sorts of things.
The whole application process. Mm-hmm. So, if you want to go to space, go to Waterworld. You can try the food while you're there. Try cooking it on the planet.
Yeah. Surprisingly, they're not asking for anyone with any professional cooking experience. It's mostly sciencey stuff
Yeah, well.
and the ability to, feed yourself. That's,
Are
you capable of making your own meals? Mostly.
Yeah, okay,
All right.
sort of. I put it in a microwave.
Mm-hmm.
But that wraps up for science this week.
And that wraps up for the show this week. If you want to contact us about anything you've heard in this episode, or if you want to tell us some cool stuff,
Like if you found another water world.
another water world, you're
That's
working
really
on a
water.
cool TV show, working on a game, doing some cool tech stuff, probably the easiest way to contact us is contact@almostfridayshow.com.
Or reach us on Twitter @almost_Friday.
Yes.
And you can also find us on Facebook.
Yeah,
It's not listed right here,
No.
but it's there. Search us out. It's Almost Friday Show, I believe,
Yeah.
on Facebook,
We
and
should
you can
be-
like us,
We
group
should
us.
be the first hit. If not,
Tell
we'll
us.
beat whoever. We'll beat them up. Don't you worry.